Their best lap time is a 1:36.9. It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Butler, Sainz and Kimi Raikkonen. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt... Anthony Davidson is alongside me in the commentary box this evening. And big race this one, a real test of endurance. Sounds right up your alley. Wouldn't you just love to be down there on the grid right now?
You know what, Crofty? I'm pretty happy to be up here in my air conditioning, thank you, right now. I can't stress just how difficult these conditions can be, especially when you consider it's the longest race on the calendar in terms of time. It's also one of those races where you have to remember to keep drinking, or there's a real risk of dehydration, just like we saw with young Kevin Magnussen a couple of years ago, don't forget. We mentioned the bumps as well. Take a look at the onboards if you get a chance during this race. The movement in the suspension and the chassis is just incredible, and it's lots of hard work to wrestle the car around the lap here.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Devon Butler will lead us away from pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Bottas, Albon, Gasly, Perez and Lance Stroll. Red, they've taken a grid penalty. Norris, Kimi Raikkonen and Hamilton, Ricciardo, Kubica, Daniel Kvyat and Charles Leclerc. Weber and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Our grid position is not as high as we had hoped, but push hard in the race and hopefully with a bit of luck, we can finish with a positive result. Has the lead. Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it After these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. P6. Yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens. And seconds. That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
A great win then for the Alfa Romeo team today. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, you know what they say, to finish first you have to finish. And that fact was clear today, with lots of retirements having a big effect on the outcome of the race. As a driver, you tend to keep reliability concerns to the back of your mind and just focus on what's in front of you. But for the teams, races like this can be very stressful.
So here they come now, out onto the podium. It's thrilling to see this team go toe-to-toe with the best teams in the sport and come out on top. What a superb victory from the Alfa Romeo team. So let's review the updated driver standings. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Red Bull pulled further ahead in the standings. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Fantastic. There's only we're very happy with that position. Well done.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Verstappen, Red, and Charles Leclerc. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Now, let's talk about Charles Leclerc. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position and Red completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Russell, Lewis Hamilton and Sainz, Bottas, Leclerc. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Weber and Sergio Perez, Butler, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll and Norris. Ricciardo, Kvyat, Pierre Gasly and Kevin Magnussen. Kubica and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Reduce ERS deployment. We're leading our teammate by 4.8 seconds. Okay, we can take you this lap. Complete, go now. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. .7 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 17 laps to go. As things stand, we'll be third in the championship. Release. Pit strategy complete. This is your final lap of the race. We're leading our teammate by 15.0 seconds. Can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive.
A great win then for the Alfa Romeo team today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Looks like they're on their way out to the podium now, and what a result this is! And a popular one with the crowd as well. Great stuff to see the Alfa Romeo team on top here today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, you've put me in a bit of a tight spot today, but I think I'll go for Pierre Gasly. He kept a cool head under pressure and made the most of some difficult circumstances.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement